The man police allege is responsible for Tupac Shakur's death, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, found himself embroiled in further legal trouble while awaiting trial for one of the most high-profile murder cases in music history. Recent reports reveal that Davis was involved in a heated altercation at the Clark County Detention Center in Las Vegas, where he's being held as he faces charges connected to the killing of the iconic rapper. According to multiple sources, Davis engaged in what has been described as mutual combat with another inmate. The fight was reportedly intense, with both men grappling and exchanging closed-fist strikes. At one point, Davis is said to have gained the upper hand by putting his opponent in a headlock. The situation escalated to such a degree that corrections officers were forced to intervene, ultimately resorting to pepper spray to separate the two combatants and restore order within the facility. The incident underscores the volatile environment of jailhouse life, where tensions often run high, particularly for high-profile inmates like Davis, whose case has drawn significant public and media attention. Following the altercation, Davis was hit with an additional charge of battery by a prisoner. Legal documents obtained by TMZ reveal that Davis claimed he was just standing his ground, suggesting that he felt compelled to defend himself during the confrontation. While the specifics of what triggered the fight remain unclear, the incident has added yet another layer of complexity to Davis's legal troubles, potentially complicating his defense as he prepares for his upcoming trial. Davis's current incarceration stems from his September 2023 indictment for the murder of Tupac Shakur, marking the most significant development in a case that had remained unsolved for nearly 3 decades. Shakur's murder has long been a topic of intense speculation, conspiracy theories, and public fascination, with countless fans and investigators alike demanding justice for the slain artist. The case had grown cold over the years, with many believing that those responsible would never face accountability. However, Davis's arrest reignited public interest and offered a glimmer of hope for closure in a tragedy that has loomed large over the music industry. Charges against Davis stem from his alleged role in orchestrating the fatal shooting of Shakur on the night of September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas. Shakur, a cultural icon and one of the most influential rappers of all time, was gunned down at the age of 25 in a drive-by shooting that shocked the world and cemented his legacy as a larger-than-life figure whose impact extended far beyond music. Davis, a self-proclaimed member of the Southside Compton Crips gang, has long been associated with the events of that fateful night, with investigators citing his own admissions in interviews and memoirs as key pieces of evidence linking him to the crime. Despite the passage of nearly 30 years, the case remains shrouded in mystery and controversy. Shakur's death has been the subject of numerous documentaries, books, and investigative reports, each offering different theories and perspectives on what really happened that night. From allegations of gang rivalries to speculations about law enforcement corruption and even claims of a larger conspiracy, the quest for truth has been marked by countless twists and turns. Davis's arrest represents a significant step toward unraveling the mystery, but it has also raised new questions about why it took so long to bring charges against him and whether justice will ultimately be served. As Davis awaits his March trial, the spotlight on his case continues to grow. His not guilty plea sets the stage for what promises to be a highly publicized legal battle, with prosecutors expected to present a detailed account of his alleged involvement in Shakur's murder. Central to their case are Davis's own statements, including remarks he made during media interviews and in his memoir, where he reportedly described his presence at the scene and his role in the events leading up to the shooting. These admissions have been cited as crucial evidence, providing prosecutors with a narrative that connects Davis to the crime. For Davis, the stakes couldn't be higher. His defense team faces the daunting task of countering the prosecution's case while navigating the intense media scrutiny that accompanies any development in the Tupac Shakur murder investigation. The additional charge of battery by a prisoner only complicates matters further, potentially painting Davis as a volatile figure in the eyes of the court and the public. While his legal team may argue that the jailhouse altercation was an isolated incident, it nonetheless adds to the challenges they must address as they prepare for trial. Meanwhile, the broader implications of the case extend far beyond the courtroom. Shakur's murder remains a deeply personal and emotional issue for his family, friends, and fans, who have spent decades seeking answers and accountability. For many, the prospect of Davis' standing trial represents a long-awaited opportunity to confront the pain and loss caused by Shocker's untimely death. It also serves as a reminder of the enduring legacy of a man whose music, poetry, and activism continue to inspire and resonate with people around the world. The upcoming trial is likely to revisit the turbulent period of the 1990s when tensions between rival factions in the rap industry were at their peak. Shocker's death, along with the subsequent murder of his one-time friend and fellow rapper the notorious b.i.g., highlighted the dangerous intersection of music, money, and street politics, shedding light on the darker side of an industry that was rapidly ascending to mainstream prominence. For those who lived through that era, the case against Davis represents a chance to finally confront the unresolved questions and lingering doubts that have haunted the hip-hop community for decades. As the legal proceedings unfold, attention will also turn to the broader systemic issues that have long plagued the investigation into Shocker's murder. Critics have pointed to alleged missteps by law enforcement, ranging from the initial handling of evidence to the perceived lack of urgency in pursuing leads. Some have questioned whether biases or institutional shortcomings contributed to the case's prolonged stagnation, fueling suspicions of a cover-up or deliberate inaction. Davis's trial may provide an opportunity to address these concerns and examine the factors that have hindered progress in solving one of the most infamous crimes in modern history. For now, the focus remains squarely on Davis and the legal battle ahead. The stakes are monumental, not just for him but for everyone who has been touched by the tragedy of Tupac Shocker's death. As the world watches, the case serves as a stark reminder of the enduring impact of violence and the unrelenting quest for justice, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Whether the trial will ultimately bring closure or raise new questions remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the story of Tupac Shakur and the fight for answers is far from over. The implications of this trial reach deep into the cultural fabric, touching on the intersection of justice, accountability, and the enduring legacy of one of hip-hop's most iconic figures. Davis's connection to the events of September 7, 1996, remains pivotal. On that night, Tupac Shakur attended a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Following the bout, a violent altercation erupted between Shakur, members of his entourage, and an individual later identified as Orlando Anderson, a reputed gang member with ties to the Southside Compton Crips. This confrontation, which occurred in the casino lobby and was captured on security cameras, is widely believed to have set the stage for the subsequent drive-by shooting that claimed Shocker's life. Hours later, while riding in a black BMW driven by Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight, Shakur was struck by multiple bullets fired from a white Cadillac that pulled up alongside their vehicle at a red light. Despite being rushed to the hospital and undergoing multiple surgeries, Shakur succumbed to his injuries 6 days later, leaving behind a grieving family, devastated fans, and a legacy that would only grow in the years to come.